I want to show you today how to use Wake Up Now Finance and also show the value of why you should use this automated money management system that is very simple to use. We have a huge problem in this country as well as individuals. People are not financially savvy. People don't have budgets. Even if they do, they don't keep up with them consistently. They have debt up to their eyeballs. And instead of doing anything about it, they're watching 22 hours a week of TV and things like that. I want to show you why. All you need to do is set this up once, let it be tracked by autopilot GPS system. So as you are here in your Wake Up Now hub, either at the top, you can click on product and finance, or you can also go here, product and finance. So they put it in two separate positions to make sure that you don't miss it. Now I created a trainer account here so that you can see exactly how this works. Once you click on that, it's going to bring you up on Wake Up Now Finance. Now when you first log in, this is going to take you through what's called a setup wizard, where it's going to ask your age, do you have a bank account, what bank are you with, do you have credit cards, do you have any debts, do you have car loans, student loans, house loans, those kind of things. Now just so that you know, for your own protection, this has bank level security. So it'd be the same as if you went to wellsfargo.com or chase.com or zionsbank.com. You're getting the bank level security to make sure that when it pulls in that information, someone on here just can't steal your account and access your information, okay? So now if you look here at the top, there's only a few tabs: accounts, spending, budgets, debts, and transactions. The first thing I want to look at, and again, I set this up as a dummy account to put in some numbers here, just to kind of show where we might be at certain places here in America. Now, this would not be your average checking account, but I threw in some numbers to give some more transactions. As we look at the checking account, here's this person's two accounts that they have. Here's loans. They could have student loans, they could have car loans, home loans, business loans, and things like that. Okay. Credit cards, the average person has about 2 of them. Any property, maybe that you own your car. Unfortunately, in America, most people don't. But you're looking here, so these are your accounts, and at any time, I can click Add Account, and so like let's say that you got a new bank account. So let's say a new checking and savings account. What it will do is I could type in Wells Fargo, and it's going to give me wellsfargo.com. So I can click here. It's going to ask for your online username and password. Once you put that in, it will then pull in all the transactions and it will keep it updated for you. As we go back, let's say that you have a little credit union in your town and you can't find your institution in this list. So you can click here, can't find your institution, you can either submit a request or you can add it manually. So you can click on here and you could say, let's say Zions Bank was on here and they didn't have it, and put your current balance and then the type of account that it is. Now, if you had to do it manually, I would do that. I think it's kind of a pain to do that. I would just get set up with a bank that actually is in here, okay? So, second tab that I want to look at is the budget tab. Now, most people, they don't have a budget, or if they do, they don't keep up with it, unfortunately. So as we look at this, let's maximize the screen here. If you're looking up here at the top, what you're going to look at is total, what's budgeted, okay? Here's total budgeted. Here's how you're doing so far for the month, and here's what you have remaining according to the budget. Now I can go back to any month. Let's click back to September of 2012 and let's look at these accounts and these budgets. So let's take, for example, food and dining. And let's just take a look at this one. As we click on food and dining, we can see all the transactions from September 1st to September 30th of all groceries and fast food for this particular categories. So let's say, for example, that one of them was actually placed in the wrong category. Let's say that on McDonald's, let's say that particular transaction was Walmart, so it actually wasn't food and dining. For whatever reason, it didn't show up correctly. So we could just say that it was Walmart, but it was say maybe like office supplies or something like that. You can go through here, as you see, and you can actually change it to the category that it needs to go under. Okay, so let's say for this example, we could say that it was under personal care and maybe it was hair. Okay, you got a haircut while you were at Walmart, in the hair salon, and you just switch it to that. Okay, so what's nice is it'll show the category fast food and groceries. It'll show what's budgeted for each one, and then if there was anything that was remaining, if there was, it will show it in typically green or orange or blue to show that you were under the budget. If it's in red, that means that it was over the budget. And so this is very simple. You can go through here. What's nice is the system, when you pull in those transactions, it will actually create a budget for you. But I would look at your bank transactions and see over the last 30 to 90 days where you're spending money on TV, car payments, gas, insurance, and kind of put a budget together. Okay, because you can go in here and you can add a budget if there's anything that is missing that would not be on the budget section here. This is probably the most important part of Wake Up Now Finance, is actually setting up the budget so that, Susie Orman said that if you just had a budget alone where you saw transactions on a budget, you'd save 10% a month on your spending, which for most people is a couple $100 a month, which is absolutely huge. Now let's look at the spending pie. As we click on this, what it's going to do is it's going to give you a color-coded spending pie. Okay, so food and dining, that was 17% of the spending, $816.45. So I can click on that. It's going to say here's how much was in fast food, groceries, restaurants, which restaurants I just put under fast food. Okay, and so you can change that. And I can click on fast food again, just like we saw before, and that will show exactly where it went. So like here's a great example. Walker's was not fast food. So we can actually switch that and put that under auto and transport, and that would be gas. Okay, so then you'll see that that transaction is not under there. Now let's go, for example, let's go back to food and dining. Let's go under groceries. And under groceries, I know that some of you, whether you go to Costco or Target or Sam's Club or wherever it is in your town, not everything that you buy there is going to be groceries, right? So you can click on this little pencil, you can click on details, and you can split this transaction. So let's say that out of the $50.53 that, let's go under, maybe you've got some books and supplies. You could put books and supplies and change that so that maybe it was supplies for your office or whatever it was, and then just click close and it will split that particular transaction. Okay, so no longer would it show up as just groceries. As you can see here, it actually shows up as a split transaction. What that does is it gives you a real actual picture of where your money is actually going. So as you play around with this, you'll be able to kind of see exactly where your money is going and be able to save money by using Wake Up Now Finance. This is an incredible system. Now, I like the debts tab because the debt shows your current reality. Now, some people would rather close their eyes, not deal with it, make sure that the checking account is not in the negative. If it is, quickly get out of it and be done with it, but they quickly go back to it again. Now, this is extremely important. Whether you're a customer with Wake Up Now or you're an independent business owner, you need to use this service. Okay, so here we have total debts of almost $134,000. Right now, if you don't change anything, it says that you will not get out of debt till October 2030. That's your normal payoff. Okay, that's if your car doesn't break down and little Jimmy and Susie don't need braces on their teeth, or if you don't have a child who moves back into your home after college and those kind of things. See, what it says here though is by debt priority, where it's taking your debts and it's saying which one to pay first, like the Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman programs with the debt snowball. It'll accelerate your payoff by 5 years and save you $6,500, which is not a real big deal. Let's say you're in Wake Up Now and you're generating, your Founder 3 generating almost $500 a month. Let's see what happens to these numbers. Okay, it says I can afford $500 a month toward debt each month. So I can click on this and look at what it did. Now it saves you 10 years and $17,000 of interest, which is huge. $17,000. At any time I can go in here and I can click on one of these debt priorities and I can actually allocate more money to it where it says the minimum payment here, or maybe the interest rate changed, maybe refinanced. You can also have it send you an email reminder and check that box and click update, and it's going to give new numbers. So this tab gives you kind of your reality of where you are and where you're going, However, you can change that, and I believe that this truly creates the motivation that you need to be successful and get yourself in the financial shape that you need to be. Also, the transaction tab, this is very simple. It's similar to like you just log into Wells Fargo, whatever bank you have, and you can see all the financial transactions throughout the month that you would have. Okay, and again, you can go back to any given month. So this is Wake Up Now Finance. Through Wake Up Now Finance, guys and gals, as you look at this, this is going to help people get to where they need to be financially. If you don't use this, or you don't use a system that is similar to this, you will continue to be in the financial situation that you are, which for most people is not good. This is an automated money management system that, if used, will absolutely change your financial life. It has done it for me, and I've been able to get where I want to financially by tracking my finances, however, having them tracked for me through Wake Up Now Finance. So I would tell you to use this program and look forward to all of the testimonials that you will have. So thank you very much for watching this video. Look forward to seeing you on our others.